Hey everybody, it's Tuesday, June 9th here in Babylon, New York City. I'm Gary Lucas, coming live, streaming to you all the way from the West Village in Manhattan, live from the House of Smiles. And I'm here to play for you for half an hour. Thank you so much for tuning in. So let's get right down to it. Okay, a little truncated rendition of a song called Love's Old Sweet Song. That's LUVZOLDSWEETSONG. A little reference to James Joyce, to Ulysses. That was a song that recurs throughout my favorite book there. Totally recommend this book. A great read. And I wrote a song with that title and ran it all into a blender. And it's on a record I put out, the last Gods and Monsters studio album, The Ordeal of Civility. Here it is. Look at that cover by my friend Paul McCann. It's like a beauty. I don't know how he did it. Photoshopped. Here is, could this be the Angel of Death? No, I think it's Winged Victory or Birdman. I can't tell which. Or Time's Winged Chariot Drawing Near. Anyway, it's a good one, and it's got Ernie Brooks on bass and Billy Ficca on drums. Ernie and Billy from Modern Lovers and Television, respectively. Jason Candler on saxophone, Joe Handel on sax and keyboards, and Jerry Harrison on keyboards. And Jerry produced this record. Great talking head, Jerry Harrison. So check it out while supplies are still available on the Knitting Factory label. And anyway, I want to give a shout out right now to my hat maker, a genius, the Mad Hatter himself, Orlando Palacios, and his great establishment, Worth and Worth Haberdasher to the Stars. And he just sent me this new lid which is cobalt blue. I don't know how it's registering here in the bright sunshine, streaming through our New York apartment's French windows. But it's a good one, and Caroline says it's the best batch yet, Orlando. Thank you. Thanks also to Kathy Petignac, Orlando's assistant for many years. And I urge you guys, once you can travel around again, if you're in New York City or Manhattan, pay them a visit. They're on East 57th Street in a townhouse in the Turnbull and Astor building. And because the guy is a magician, and he makes lots of hats for a lot of people, including Paul Simon, Jacob Dylan, Kate Simon, all the Simons. Check him out. Thank you, Orlando. He's got a Twitch TV show starting up pretty soon, which I'm looking forward to see. And, okay, so I'm going to switch guitars here. That noise that you hear are workmen over there. Let's get a little shot. The hard hats are back working as of Monday, and they're working hard on this oligarch's mansion, which takes up an entire block across the street. It'll be interesting to see how that thing progresses, and I expect to be invited to tea or not, probably not, but anyway, we have all sorts of people living in this neighborhood. Hugh Jackman lives right over there, and lots of people. Oh, Caroline, say hello, huh? This is Caroline. Wait a second. Let's bring her into the shot here. Caroline has got Lulu on a leash because Lulu has to go out. Hello. And well, here, like, step into the frame here. We're both of us wearing masks. Say hi.
Hello. I hope everyone is doing brilliantly, and I'm going off for a walk with
yes.
the dog. Bye-bye.
All right, so we won't have that barking dog to contend with, if I can sort of just concentrate and focus. I'm wearing shades, not because it's cool to wear them indoors, but because the light is so bright streaming through the window as I speak. That one is called Walking and Talking It. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm walking over here to this desk to pull out some notes. Basically, a list of people I want to give shout outs to, but I got to switch to actual reading glasses here. Hey, these are like 6 for $20 on Amazon. What a bargain. I don't believe in expensive eyepieces myself because I always lose them and I'm too vain to wear pins, nails, or whatever the hell you call those chains around your neck. Okay. Bradley Stevens, thank you. A multiple contributor to PayPal. Richard Tim, same. I'm sorry, Richard, I don't have any David Bowie worked up for you yet. But let me ponder on that one a while. Bill Bamberger, who loves my Rolling Stones arrangements. Thank you, Bill. Bill has a great book out about Captain Beefheart called Riding an Unusual Kind of Skull Sleigh, which I will urge all the Beefheart fans out there to check out. And oh yes, next Tuesday, June 16th, marking the 51st anniversary, that's a Jimi Hendrix song, marking the 51st anniversary of the release of Trout Mask Replica, Beefheart's magnum opus, some would say, though I prefer Lick My Decals Off Baby. I will do a special half-an-hour tribute to the great Don Van Vliet and all the guys who passed through the ranks of that band. I would say girls, but I can't think of any, although Don certainly was a fan of the opposite sex, let's say. Dave Schultz, thank you. Dave Schultz, who again contributed. I love reading this guy in Trouser Press. That was one of my favorite rock mags for years that Ira Robbins put out, and Jim Green wrote for it. A lot of people are on Facebook now. And he wrote, watching you play 3 times a week is such a pleasure. Thank you, buddy. Tina Suter, thanks for the great music, really enjoyed. Thank you for your support. Mark Hausman, also, what would I do without guys like you? James Montez, thanks as always, your beautiful playing and positive spirit came through every time. Stay well, brother. I'm trying. I'm doing the best I can here, considering I got all sorts of aches and pains, and no, not kidding. I'm young and well, not that young, but there's a great song in the Busby Berkeley films, I'm young and healthy. Dig Powell sings. I feel like that guy. Sometimes I feel blessed to be able to play for you. I also want to direct your attention to my friend Sally Kirkland, who's a great Oscar-winning actress who does daily readings about 5 or 6 o'clock New York Times from her home in the West Coast. They're full of spiritual wisdom and enlightenment, and I suggest you tune in to them. Sally is one of the good guys, good gals. And what do I got next in my bag of tricks? Oh, I'm doubly blessed this week because Ben Cesario in the New York Times gave me a shout out in his column of stuff that he's digging during the lockdown. And I know this is backwards and it's also too bright here to register well. Backwards because that's the trick of Facebook live streaming and playing directly into your phone. But here he says, beautiful things. Thank you so much, Ben. It's right. Good placement, as they say, right on the right-hand corner of the top of page 2 of Arts and Leisure, section 2 of the New York Sunday New York Times. And what can I say? My cup runneth over. And so... That's a song I wrote for Caroline called You. It goes way back, and some of it was incorporated into a soundtrack to a great Lon Chaney senior silent film, The Unholy Three, which also stars the great Harry Earls, who is the little person in the film Freaks, also by the same director, Todd Browning, and Victor McLagan is so great in John Ford's The Informer. Go see The Unholy Three, even without my live accompaniment, but okay, so this is what my mom, my late mother, called the Tronti. This is the workhorse, old clunker, National Steel Duolian from the 1920s, which is, as you can see, held together by rubber bands up here, so I didn't have to put new tuning pegs on it to keep the original value of the guitar right, like I'd ever sell it, but just to stabilize these things from rattling too much. It's kind of like the Tin Woodsman, you know, oil me. And so this is some Shanghai pop music that I've been playing, since about 1998-99. I was put up to this by my friends Kenny Hurwitz and Mi-Ling Tsui, who were going to get married, and they live right over there behind that building for many years. Kenny I knew from college, and Mi-Ling was his sweetheart of many years, and she's from Hong Kong. So they were, for their wedding, they said, would you arrange some of these great Chinese pop songs that we love by Zhou Xuan and Bai Guang? And they're two of the great so-called 7 great singing stars of Shanghai. It's a fascinating era of music that I've really delved into very deeply. And I would direct your attention to a record of mine called The Edge of Heaven. Gary Lucas plays mid-century pop, which may be, in terms of actual record sales, my most successful album. And I've done shows in a lot of different formats all over the world, including Shanghai, of this music. And my latest iteration features the fantastic Fei Yang from mainland China on vocals, and Erhu, she's a virtuoso of the 2-string Chinese fiddle, and Jason Candler, my longtime saxophonist. And we recently, they had a live stream of a show we did at Joe's Pub that's going to be coming up again, or they're putting it on a reel. I can't wait to see that. So I'm going to play a couple of the numbers before, I really feel like the Wicked Witch of the West Village here, because I'm melting, I'm schwitzing in the heat here. Yeah, that's If I'm Without You, preceded by an anthem of Chinese pop music, the great Night in Shanghai. Ni Shanghai, which Chinese people all over the world know and adore this song, and I could be playing anywhere with any sort of a contingent of Chinese people, overseas Chinese, mainland Chinese, what have you, and they will burst into song along with me. It's an anthem. It's quite beautiful. And give a shout out here to my man Andrew Bull, who is our man in Shanghai, with his lovely wife Sally Kwok, a former Miss World contestant. And Sally performed with me in Shanghai when they got married. They had a wedding anniversary a couple of years ago, and flew in people from all over the world to celebrate at the Peace Hotel, which used to be Communist Party headquarters in the 50s, in a period where they'd bang Shanghai pop. The whole story is very tragic, but the music lives on. It's despite what anybody says, it is beloved by Chinese people all over the world and many non-Chinese people now, and I've certainly done my part to try and popularize it, and will continue to do so. I just think it's good music, and damn the politics or the political claptrap that surrounds criticism of it. So, anyway, we're running out of time. I think I'll just shift over and finish off here on my trusty Gibson J45 from 1941, which was described by Ben Caesar as scratched up. Yeah, you could say there are a few dings on this, but there are a few dings on me as well. I don't want to have to give you a visual display, but well, my aesthetic. These things just fly over, but don't worry. They're merely planks of wood. I'm none too precious about my guitars, really, as long as I continue to play them and be able to wrest music out of them. They're okay with me. I know people, Dylan said, I don't put fault on anyone who lives in a vault. Once I was playing this happened in, let me think. I guess an early trip to Shanghai. And a guy approached me and said, actually, no, this was in Tokyo. Thank you. 1996, I had a 3-week residency in a bar, a blues club, trying to be a blues club in Roppongi, which is a main suburb of Tokyo, quite near Tokyo Tower. And this fellow came up to me, a Japanese guy, and said, Gibson J45, I have 6 of them. And I keep them in a temperature-controlled vault. And I said, well, that's great. I have just this one, and I play the shit out of it. I'll take it all over the world. And, whatever. Some people like to collect all sorts of things. I'm more into books, but even there, it's just different strokes for different folks. So I'm going to go out with this great song, Najma Akhtar brought to life for me. And it's the title song of our album. People like this. I wrote this music in Puerto Rico on a holiday with Caroline, and then I gave it to Jeff, who said it's beautiful, and then he died, Jeff Buckley. And then when I hooked up with the great Najma Akhtar, I gave it to her, and she came back with beautiful lyrics in Urdu, and it's a song called Rishte, which is Urdu for relationships. It went to #1 on the world music charts, and here we go, instrumentally. It's called Dream of the Wild Horses. bittersweet. I love that bittersweet thing. And just like life. So that's it, guys. That's it for today. I hope this doesn't topple over. And thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. And next Tuesday, as mentioned, it's all Beefheart. I want to give a shout out to my friend Nona Hendricks, who did a fantastic interpretation of the Beefheart canon on this album, The World of Captain Beefheart. Whoops, let's hold it up. And Joan Osborne, too, who recorded a version of Her Eyes Are a Blue Million Mile. Joan has a new album coming out. I just saw word of this in September. I'm real excited to hear that. And I have this album coming out also, The Essential Gary Lucas. Maybe it should have been just Essential Gary Lucas, right? It kind of trips off the tongue. The Essential, these, I don't know. But anyway, I'll see you on Thursday at 3 o'clock. As always, love you guys. Stay safe. Be well. You know, it's rough out there. Bye now.